Hi everyone, I have with me Harika here. So today we concluded the Women's FIDE Grand Prix here at Delhi. So Harika, could you tell us your experience about this tournament and you wanted to share it after all your games?
Yeah, when I was asked on the day one, I thought like I should share on the last day, but as the tournament didn't go well, I don't know how it will be taken because first I thought I should play well and then address what all I thought during the tournament. But okay, nevertheless, I want to share because at least I want people to know what exactly happened here. Maybe I won't go in details because that could be like not so good for other players, many other players, but I'll just try to make as short as possible. So first, in the opening ceremony, we got to know about Jensaya, that she wanted to leave, and her reasons. And I was trying to understand before I could understand. They were all like about the reserve player and everything. Many things started being discussed. And after the already in the opening ceremony, it was little weird and on what's happening. But then we understood not everyone is happy with a few things of having a reserve player and other things. So then after the opening ceremony, we went to have a meeting with everyone, and our All India Chess Federation, everyone like came there and asked for apology if they think something is wrong, and they're ready to do everything to make the stay comfortable. And then suddenly things started going somewhere else, and players started getting emotional that like that they have gone through many things before, like beaten candidate conditions and all this, and they felt like this is the time to speak. Myself and Humpy requested a lot that if at all there are so many things of additional baggage, why here? Because it can go in some other direction in India if it will whole and soul go on the organization. But they said, look, it's not about India or organization. There are many things, and we want to address it. This is the last thing we want to happen. Now, we really want to address this to FIDE. And okay, firstly, Jensaya part is different, and the fight after that is different. So Jensaya left without even saying or discussing with anyone. She decided to quit, and she gave her reasons, and she left. And what happened after that is Elizabeth, Lahno, Shivalova, Gorechkina, and at least on the first day, as much as I can see, Bibi Sara were there together. Firstly, they didn't want a reserve player because it felt unfair for them to have 4 Indians. So we said, like, in that case, because we were just like, I was telling to the organization that okay, if they're not happy with it, we agreed that let's not have a reserve player. And after that, they thought first they want to speak with FIDE and then get back to this. And they clearly mentioned that it is not just about the organization here, and they want to address many things. So we just didn't even realize how it became so big. And then the next day we were waiting for FIDE. So already the one game got postponed, uh, which we didn't even understand because we were arguing, I think, until 1 p.m. or 12:30 p.m., something like this, on the first day, which supposed to be technical meeting, and it didn't happen and all this. So finally we were waiting for FIDE's decision. And the next day, everything started around like 3 p.m., the discussion and everything with FIDE. But as far as I can see, it is not just nothing about organization. All other topics were discussed, and FIDE did what they asked for. They gave an open letter, and then we had technical meeting at 10:30. And first of all, no one, and I think people who were not at all involved in me, Humpy, Nana, Nino, Jujainer, Vaishali, we were just waiting for the answer of FIDE and also the players, because we were unaware what is happening, and they wanted the tournament to be postponed. One day fully we were waiting to understand whether this tournament is going to take place or not, because if the half the people are going out, then obviously it will get postponed. So we were just waiting for the answer of the players and the FIDE. And then once they discussed and FIDE gave open letter at 10:30 next day. So which means after one day, the next night we had technical meeting at 10:30. And there the discussion came about pairings, because the colors I even asked the arbiter, like, if they're not happy with the reserve player, what difference it makes. So then I was told that we will get six blacks and four whites for few players. So I am one of it in that. But that moment I was only thinking, because first time we are holding such an event in India, I didn't want any kind of myself and Humpy, we didn't want any kind of problems, and we thought like, okay, let's make everyone happy who are in India, and we wanted a peaceful tournament. So in the technical meeting, when the discussion started about pairing change, uh, this is Lahno and Elizabeth proposed it. They thought it will be fair to have even number of for 10 rounds, 5 whites and 5 blacks for everyone. Fair enough, we said yes, let's change the pairing. Everyone said yes, but already we were little bit upset by then, because it was taking too long. We don't know whether we have to prepare or we don't need to prepare, and what's happening. But okay, we said okay, let's start the tournament. And then everyone said yes, but Gorichkina didn't want the pairings to be changed. So we informed the FIDE about it, and we were waiting for their response. But Alexandra just walked off. She said if she walked off from the technical meeting, and she said if these are the pairings get changed, then she wouldn't play. And then immediately arbiter started taking for new pairings the numbers and everything. Then Lahno got a bit emotional that we can't leave a player like this. And then we said like, look, no one wants to do it, but it's decision of each other. And if that is the case, then each of you have to discuss and decide on something, because other 6 we are okay with everything. Whatever they were saying, we are just saying yes for everything. And so they had discussion, and by then Elizabeth said it's unfair to have different colors, different white and like different blacks, and though she was getting more whites, but by then it was not just the tournament or colors or anything. It was just about somehow the tournament should happen without problems, and especially when we are doing it in India. And after all this, I think Elizabeth clearly mentioned if this is the case, she will walk out of the tournament. But in all this confusion, no one understood what is happening, because so many people were wanting to walk out of the tournament. Be it Gorichkina, like Elizabeth was standing that this is not fair and she will walk out of this. And in between, Shivulova felt like it's too much, and she has to walk out because there is no FIDE delegation. And there was so much of confusion, we didn't understand. I kept saying it is just a tournament, let's all go happily back home, just let's play, and it's just a tournament. And then FIDE gave the decision that I think because they also didn't understand what exactly is happening. So because Gorichkina wanted to walk out, they just spoke with her, and they wanted to somehow control it, and they asked like if whoever is playing blacks are okay with it. And none of us said like okay, because that moment it's already not about tournament anymore for all of us. And we said fine in any case. And by then FIDE said okay, let's just go with same pairings if it's okay. But Elizabeth said like very clearly that she would walk out. But then I was trying to convince her that at least just let's start the tournament and finish it off, let's not mess it up further. And then she got upset that this is not fair, and she walked out of the game, as she mentioned before itself. I felt bad in many ways when I saw a player not turning up, because she was right in her own way. She was right, she was fair, she was telling in general for the tournament, and none of us could stand strongly there, because that moment we didn't see it as a tournament but just an emotional turmoil of everyone we were trying to solve. And after she left, I mean, everyone played, and like, someone having 6 blacks, 6 whites. Then we started realizing the heat of the decision. We understood it was just wrong on many of us to accepting this conditions, because it was our decision to say okay. And yes, I learned many lessons from this tournament. But at least, like, I think this will be useful further, to see a tournament as a tournament and as a player, but not be too emotional about it. Or when you witness all these things, to be strong enough not to care and to play your own tournament better. So definitely, I think with all this, and like lot of color changes, different rest days, it has gone like completely unplanned. And I think this will be lifetime lesson for me on many terms. In the beginning, I was wondering if I should share now or not, because okay, I didn't do too well, and like, I don't know how it would be taken. But then I thought, if it is not even addressed, like, people won't even know what exactly happened. And there will be always like assumptions about this tournament. And that is the reason I thought I'll at least tell what I feel is right or wrong. And so many things happening even outside, like attacking on social media. There is one thing I want to say: Jansa never said lies or anything. She never said, like, let's all stop the tournament. She just stood by her word. She left. Even if I appreciate her decision or not, it's my perspective. It's her choice. But like, it was never about her. She never said like to stop the tournament. She just went off. It was her decision, right or wrong. It is her decision. But what happened later on is just a complete mess. And I don't know, which never happened in our entire lives. We never saw a tournament happening this way. But definitely, I think this make us stronger in future. To When you come to tournament, it is just a tournament and nothing else, and you have to be strong for it. Initially, I was wondering if I'm the only one who got affected, or if at all I got affected and maybe I just played bad tournament. But then I saw the standings where who all witnessed this for 2 days until 1 p.m., like all the technical meetings. We all are in the bottom standings, like everyone, be it Humpy, Nino, Nana, Vaishali, all of us. And I think Jojainer was lucky enough. She didn't come to meetings, and she said whatever is okay with her. So she's the only one who played fine. So maybe actually it may be impacted everyone, not just me.